Now that you heard that Justin Jefferson got paid, the name that you're starting to hear a lot is CeeDee Lamb and what CeeDee Lamb should get paid. And how a lot of people think that CeeDee Lamb's contract should be comparable to Justin Jefferson's contract. Let me first say, I think CeeDee Lamb is one of the best wide receivers in football. It's very hard for me to pick 7 or 8 wide receivers better than CeeDee Lamb. And I understand the importance of value to a team. I think that is where Dallas finds their issue. Not with him, but finds where they're stuck. Let me say that. Dallas put themselves in a situation where there's 3 people that are looking for a new contract and will be looking for a new contract soon. That is Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons. Their quarterback, their best offensive weapon at the wide receiver position, and their best defensive player. And a lot of people can say their best player in Micah Parsons. And the question is, who do they prioritize first? Outside of Dak, because in the game that we live in, I think that Dak Prescott obviously should be the first priority because he's the quarterback. I don't think that he should get paid like a top tier quarterback, but that goes back to leverage and it goes back to value. I do think that he is going to get paid, especially if he stays in Dallas. He is going to get paid like a top tier quarterback, even though I think Dak Prescott in the Dallas Cowboys, he's one of the only quarterbacks that we are uber critical about as far as their playoff success. Him and Lamar Jackson. But as we saw, the Baltimore Ravens paid Lamar Jackson. Dak Prescott, as much as I hate to say it, Dak Prescott is one of the best. It has been one of the best, at least regular season quarterbacks in the league. He constantly has 10-win seasons. He's constantly amongst the league leaders in passing yards. I think that whatever he warrants, because he has all the leverage, because there's not really a quarterback that you can go get out there that probably can give you the same amount of production that Dak has gotten you, at least in the regular season. So I think that Dak is going to get close to whatever he's asking for. I think he is going to be one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. And it's all about value. I don't think he is obviously one of the best quarterbacks, but I do think that that's what he's going to warrant. So the question is, do you prioritize CeeDee Lamb or Micah Parsons? I think this question is so complex and is so difficult because we've seen Dallas at their best. And Dallas at their best is when the connection is rolling with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. And we've also seen when Micah Parsons is going crazy on the defensive side of the ball. When everything is clicking for Dallas, they are a tough team to beat, which is why they have multiple 10-win seasons. And you put yourself in a dilemma, as in, if you're going to pay Dak Prescott as much as you're going to pay Dak, right? Do you prioritize his number one weapon, his favorite weapon, the weapon that allows him to be the best player that he can be? Or do you prioritize your best defender? Do you prioritize probably your best player? In my opinion, you have to go with your best player. I couldn't imagine where this Dallas team would be if it did not have Micah Parsons. I couldn't imagine what this team. Micah Parsons is arguably one of the best defenders in football. He's on that very small list with T.J. Watt. He's on that very small list with Myles Garrett. He's on that very small list of defensive play when I know he just retired, but Aaron Donald. Michael Parsons is a top 5 defensive player in the league. Nick Bosa. I couldn't imagine one of the biggest issues that Dallas had last year was their defense, at least the back end of their defense, when Trayvon Diggs went out. I couldn't imagine them having to fill that seismic hole if Michael Parsons left. Yes, don't get me wrong. I understand and I know how good CeeDee Lamb is. And I think that you should get CeeDee Lamb a contract, but I do know that you can't pay everyone. Especially in a league that has a salary cap, you can't pay everyone. You can't pay CeeDee Lamb what he feels he's worth. You can't pay Michael Parsons what he feels he's worth. And you can't pay Dak Prescott what he feels he's worth all at the same time. So I think that this is going to be it's very interesting as who do they prioritize. I would prioritize Michael Parsons in their best player, and that's no offense to CeeDee Lamb. But I can't. I understand that CeeDee Lamb being there, I guess, gets the best out of Dak Prescott. But I also know that we've seen them together playing against the Green Bay Packers, and they didn't have a running game, and you see what happens when they don't have a running game. So even with CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott, their offense was horrid in that playoffs. I don't know. To me, you have to prioritize Michael Parsons. You just have to. Michael Parsons, in my opinion, even better than Dak, is their best player. Maybe not most important, obviously, is the quarterback position, but I think Michael Parsons is their best player. And as much as I feel Dak Prescott deserves a contract, as much as I feel, Dak Prescott's going to get his. He's the quarterback. He's going to get it. As much as I feel CeeDee Lamb deserves a contract, as much as I feel CeeDee Lamb is amongst the best wide receivers in the game, to me, there's going to be a much larger hole if they don't sign or prioritize Michael Parsons than there would be if they prioritize CeeDee Lamb and lose Michael. You can't lose Michael Parsons. Cannot. As much as it's gonna suck, and as much as it's not true, but it's true at the same time, you can lose CeeDee Lamb. And while there will be a big hole there, seeing as though he is one of the best wide receivers, you can overcome that more or faster than you can losing Michael Parsons. Both deserve a contract. But if I was Dallas, I would focus on Michael more than CeeDee. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.